guys, welcome to this new episode of Singles Gets Ready. It's your girl in the building, Mommy Olivia. Please, if you're just clicking on the video, hit the red subscribe button down there, like, share, drop a comment, and don't forget to turn off your bell notification so that you get notified each time we drop a video. Today we're going to be talking about emotional preparation before marriage, and we're going to be dealing with the second dimension under it. We are going to be talking about something that is very important, something that has destroyed most marriages today, something that has separated and broken a lot of relationships today. Do you really want to know why your relationship is not working? Do you want to know why you have had several deceptions in your relationship? Keep watching to the end. I bet you're going to learn something very great. So straightforward, we're going to be talking about your negative energy. That means your weak points. Every human being is made with a weak point. It's left for you to identify which is your weak point and you deal with it. I'm going to be giving like 6 weak points that are very common in most human beings, which is the first one is anger. Of course, you heard me. Anger, it's a negative energy. Some people are so highly, high tempered that it's so bad. You need to work on it. Baby girl, trust me, it's not a positive energy. It's a negative energy and a weak point at that matter. It's going to only end up consuming you. Anger, remember, you have to work on it. The second thing is complex. So many people out there, either their superiority complex or inferiority complex, and you need to work on that, because when you have that, it's not an advantage to your relationship or to your emotion, but rather it's a negative force, and you need to work on it. Another issue is bitterness and unforgiveness. You need to work on it, because if you're that kind of human being that when somebody does something to you, just little mistake that somebody did to you, you will just be bitter and you will just be like, hey, this person did it to me, it's my enemy. It's not the best thing. You need to work on it. Another negative energy is moodiness. People who easily swing their emotions, like 1 minute they're happy, 1 minute they're angry, 1 minute they're happy, 1 minute they're angry. It's not an advantage to you. Girl, you have to work on it. You have to work on it. You have to moderate. In fact, you have to look for a way to eradicate it. It's not a good energy. Some other people being silent, being shyness, and being lost is a very, very negative energy. You have to work it out of your life. You have to learn to manage it and take it off. Cut yourself and separate yourself from it, because it's damn bad. Being shy, it's not a positive energy. It's a negative one, because so many people today died, or so many people today are unsafe because they were shy. They were not bold enough to open up and express themselves. You have this problem with you. Open up and tell your parents, this is what I have. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. And then you go and be hooked up in something that tomorrow you realize that, oh, I didn't know I would have opened up to say this is what is happening. I knew of a girl who she actually urinates on the bed till her, when she was like 30, she was still urinating on the bed, and she was shy to tell the man who asked her in marriage that that's what she has. And believe me, you of course can guess, when the man got married to her the first night, the girl urinated on the bed, and that was the end of the marriage. That is how she got kicked off from her house with the husband. So don't be shy. Open up. It's not a positive energy. You need to open up. Being shy. Don't be too quiet. When you're too quiet, someone will take it for granted and trample on you. Don't be too quiet. Don't misquote quietness for wisdom or maturity. It's not. Being too quiet, it's not maturity, and it's never definitely wisdom. So work on it. Some other people, theirs is actually like that is kind of people who are so critical minded. They are so built up with this negative force. Everything you do to them is bad. You can't please them. Work on it. It's not a positive energy. It's not a positive force. You need to work on it. Please. It's not. You need to work on it. And another one is carnally minded. To be carnally minded is a bad thing. Always having, kind of like images and the impression that, I'm not going to go detail into that, because you and I both understand what I mean to be carnally minded. You know and I know. Like you're watching pornography, like you're always into ungodly debates which don't make sense. You're always in places or with a group of friends who cannot show you the right path to follow, but rather they keep pulling you back. Your friends who spend the time smoking cigarettes, drinking alcohol, they spend the time moving from one guy to another, and they become they are kind of prostitutes and everything. And those are the kind of friends that you surround yourself with. Please, You have to kick that away. There are many men who masturbate. It's not a good thing. It's a bad thing to do. So please, you have to work on those negative forces and energy. All right, those are some of the negative energies that and weaknesses that you have to work on. And how do you work on? I know you guys are gonna be asking me, how do we work on? Olivia, you have been stating the weaknesses, but then how do you work on it? I'm gonna be giving you 5 steps on how to work on them. The first one is identifying your weakness. If you don't identify your weakness, you possibly can accept that you have a weakness. Identify them. There are many, and these are just a few I just stated. I know in those few you'll find yourself. Identify it, and secondly, accept that you have a problem. Accept that you have a problem. If you accept that you have a problem, you will know how to go about it to solve that problem. The third thing to do, which is the most important, is to go to God for divine intervention, for cleansing, for deliverance, and for His support. Seek God's face in that particular domain. God is a God of all. He understands and He hates nobody. He says His arms are very open to receive you anytime. He's always there, available and ready. Go to Him and open up, and He will intervene in your life and change you, give you a new mindset and a new whole being. The fourth thing to do is try as much as possible to discipline your emotions. Don't let your emotions react too much because a situation is in front of you and you probably don't know how to react to that situation. Try as much as possible as you can to manage your emotions. And the last one, of course, which is try to seek for counsel from those men or people who are qualified to deal with that particular issue. You know, we have people who are trained, people who went to school to learn on how to deal in particular issues. Go to them. It's not anybody you just go and open up, tell the person this is my weakness. Hey, because if you tell any kind of person that that's your weakness, they will definitely use that weakness against you someday. So don't just open up because you want to open up. All right, guys, that was a second dimension under emotional preparation before marriage, and we're going to dive in the last dimension under emotional preparation before marriage, which is understanding gender differences. Understanding gender differences. We're talking about gender, you understand. We're talking about male and female. You must understand that in as much as a man and a woman have got like almost the same body parts, like the same eye, they have eyes, they have mouth, except for their private parts, you are not all that the same. And I'm going to be giving you like just 3 differences that you have to understand. The first thing you have to understand when we talk about gender differences is that men are logical in their thinking, while women are emotional in their thinking. That is why when a woman puts to bed and she wants to like discipline the child, she has this motherly heart, like she's emotionally attached to that child, so she can't really hit the child anyhow. But as for a man, you know, like them, he can just like, you just get out of my side, you, I'm just gonna give you a dirty slap and all of that. But women are emotionally, you know, men are logical in their thinking and their behavior, while women are emotional in their thinking and their in their behavior. That's why men, they love with their brain, while women, they love with their heart and everything about them. And another example that you have, I'm going to give another point that I'm going to give for you to understand gender differences is this. Men find fulfillment in their relationship with their job and their career, while women find fulfillment in their relationship with a man. A woman, as she's born today, she grows up to understand that the most interesting, the most important thing in her life, the most the most good thing that can ever happen to her is for her to get married, and get married to someone who is her friend and someone she can open up with. But the man, when he grows up, whatever he thinks of is not the man, the woman he'll get married to. He thinks about the kind of job he will have and the amount of money he'll make out from that job or from that career. That's something you should understand. The third one is when we talk about gender differences, you should understand that men are more deep and less open. Men are more deep and less open. You got me right. Whereas women are less deep and more open. What am I trying to say? When you meet a man, you know, like you go on a date with this guy, and you kind of like, you discover that the person who does more of the talking is the woman. Like she'll be like, oh, when you just ask the question like, oh, so what's your name? Can I know more? Can I know you? Can I know more about you? You'll be like, oh, I'm Olivia, and I'm this, and I'm that, and I'm that. She can go on and on and on. In fact, she's going to give you the A to the Z of her life story, and even go out of that range to give out, you know, other stories about her life. That's what we mean by women are less deep and more open, while men are more deep and less opened. And I'm just going to give this one as a bonus kind of for you to understand gender differences is very, very important. Men are easily turned on and easily turned off, while women take time to be turned on and take time to be turned off. Now let me talk about it in let's talk about it in a different way. Let's look at it in a different way. Like when you want to have some intimate moments with your man, with your lover, your partner. You see, a man is very easy. In as much as you just hold him tight, you rub your body to him, your body rubs to him and everything. It's enough for him to get aroused. But when it comes to a woman, it's not just you rubbing. You have to do a lot of play, romance, and fair play and everything before she gets turned on and before things happen. And even when things happen, you don't just wake up on her and then just sleep. And when you just wake up, you still have to cuddle her, hug her, tell her sweet things before, like she digests whatever thing that has happened. So that's why we mean that men are easily turned on and off. And that is why you as a woman, you should pay critical attention, because the least thing you do, you can turn that man off and he goes and never to return. But a woman is going to support. She's going to be there through thin and thick. She's going to be there to wait you. So for you guys to understand this gender difference is very important. There are many more points and many more differences you can go and search on the internet or on other videos and everything, but these are the few that I brought to you so that you can see. Guys, we've come to the end of our video for today, so I hope it was interesting, and please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, share, like, drop a comment below, and please turn on your bell notification so that each time I drop a video you're going to get it. And in our next topic we shall be talking about physical preparation. As you heard, physical preparation. Don't miss it for anything. Be there, because we're going to learn something new. From me to you is peace and love. See you guys, and please stay safe. Hi.